Okay, so can someone explain what is principles of testing? Yes or no? You only have to explain this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So testing is the process of
Mhm.
executing the program with the
Hmm.
intent of code breaks or finding errors.
Correct.
So there are some strategy to get this result.
Hmm.
So that is the principle of testing. First one, there are a few stages like detection of bugs, effectiveness testing,
Hmm.
early testing,
Hmm.
defect in clustering.
Hmm.
Testing is a context dependent,
Correct.
and error-free testing is a myth.
Hmm. But
So
yeah, you can explain it. What is all like? Yeah. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
detection of bugs means finding defects to test the software to get the
Right.
expected result according to the requirement, business requirement.
Hmm.
And effectiveness testing means um, testers needs to be more efficient to find the defects,
Correct.
and as many as defects
Hmm.
in defects can be detect in first cycle, and to deliver the test results, the quality test result to the end users, means
Hmm.
client.
Correct. Correct. So that
Yeah,
is
on
effectiveness testing. Yeah. Early testing. Correct.
early testing, we should start testing when requirement documents are there at
Hmm.
the requirement document phase, requirement analysis phase.
Correct. Very good.
Yeah. So for that, we can use the V model methodology.
Hmm. Very good.
Yeah, that's the early testing. And
Correct.
in that case, whatever deadline we have given, so we can deliver software product
Hmm.
by that time.
Correct. Very good. Everyone
And
understood? Anyone want to add any other points here? Okay.
so
Okay, next. Hmm.
another one is the defect in clustering.
Clustering. Correct.
Yeah.
What is
So
defect in clustering?
yeah, when we are testing for like a end-to-end
Hmm.
system testing, there in that software there will be the multiple modules
Hmm.
into that. So in complicated module, there will be the more defects, and easy module, there will be the less defects.
Hmm.
For that, they have given pesticides of paradox.
Correct. Very good. Hmm.
Yeah, so it's a same tests are repeated again and again,
Hmm.
and in that case, eventually,
Hmm.
what will happen? The same test cases cases will no longer find the potential defects.
Correct. Very good. Hmm.
So to mitigate this issue,
Hmm.
uh, uh, with mitigate this issue, there are some innovative ways
Hmm.
doing, and those are like negative or monkey testing, or
Correct.
and thinking out of the box.
Hmm.
mu- must have to apply some techniques,
Hmm.
uh, uh, like we need to have a proper auditing, white box testing,
Hmm.
needs to do regularly done.
Correct. Correct.
In this way we can overcome that issue.
That issue. Right. Right. Perfect. Everyone
Yeah.
understood that? Any doubts in this? Good job. Good job,
Yes,
Kirti.
ma'am. Yes, understood. Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
understood.
understood?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next strategy is the testing in context dependent.
Hmm.
Testing in context dependent means a context driven test is we are focusing on the dynamic approach, testing approach.
Hmm.
um, like a static, there are two types of testing: static testing and dynamic testing.
Hmm.
Testing will be done at the first phase, like verification of the requirement documents. And the dynamic testing is the validation
Hmm.
of the application after codes are deployed
Correct.
to the in a QA environment.
Hmm.
And context driven software testing uh, is a uh, is a practical way to execute by the end users.
Hmm.
End users means here all stakeholders or clients.
Very good.
That
Hmm.
is the testing in context dependent.
Context dependent. Very good.
Yeah, and error-free testing is a myth. The last one
Hmm.
strategy is the error-free testing is a myth. Uh, uh, After all, that's the agenda of testing
Hmm.
phase. So in QA, testers have to deliver bug-free software
Hmm.
product to the customer.
Hmm. Yes.
But we can't
Hmm.
assure that
Hmm.
the complete product will be the error free.
Correct.
There may be very minor errors could be there,
Be there.
mm, like priority 4 or priority 5.
Correct. P5, priorities, like priority we will learn. So whoever don't know priority means, like it's a minor defects could be present. Even though we have delivered our project, then also minor defects could be present. Correct. Very good, Kirti. So everyone understood, like the way Kirti has explained, you will get confidence, when you are explaining something to any group or a team. So it will give you confidence also. That's why I said that do it with yourself, explain it in the class. You will also be confident in explaining that how I can explain some topics. So take it as an opportunity to um, explain these topics in front of the class, so you will get confidence. Okay, well done.
Okay, ma'am.
Well done, Kirti. Purvi, well done.
Thank you.
Sorry, Kirti. Okay, so everyone try to take it as a challenge and try to do it, do the assignments, all the assignments, and explain it the class, so that it will improve your confidence. Okay. So we were done with the gray box testing. Now today's topic is functional and non-functional testing, right? Mm.
Yes.
Okay. So what is functional and what is non-functional testing? Can someone have idea or
Yes, ma'am. Like
yes? Mhm.
functional testing means like system testing, integration testing, like that. And non-functional testing means stress testing, volume testing, smoke testing. Those are non-functional.
Correct. Correct. So these are
And functional testing means that acceptance testing and all those system testing.
correct. Mm. Correct. And Any other difference? As it is written,
Functional testing,
yes.
maybe we can say functional testing is based on the requirement,
Mhm.
and non-functional is like performance based. So performance, how it performs according to the expectation.
Correct. Performance based. Very correct. Yes, Gauri, you're correct. Anyone else?
I think functional testing applies to the application itself.
Hmm.
So it could be against a set of requirements versus non-functional. It's more like end user experience. So it could be anything like performance or user acceptance testing as well.
Correct. She is also correct. Anyone else? There is one major difference which I am expecting. That's why I'm asking everyone. Like,
Testing the functionality of the application is the functional testing.
Correct.
And
That is correct. Functionality. I mean, in non-functional also, we will check the functionality, but the major thing which is the difference between a functional and a non-functional, that's what I'm expecting. Yes.
So,
Yes.
is that the functional testing is done by the developers and the non-functional by the testers?
No. Functional is done only by the
After-
tester. Absolutely, fully done by testers only, functional testing.
Okay.
I mean, of course, they also do their unit testing, developers, but when they say functional testing, then it is like system testing, integration testing, regression testing, all comes in functional. So functional, fully done by the testers.
Also, I think one major difference is non-functional is always done after the code is developed,
Correct.
after the application is developed,
Yeah.
versus this one, yeah.
Yeah, functional also we do after the code is developed. But the major difference is non-functional testing cannot be done without tool. Functional testing can be done manually, right? But non-functional testing we cannot do manually. It's always done with the help of tool. Why? Because as you see, there are performance testing, volume testing, load testing, stress testing. So these are the testing which you cannot do manually. You need some tool. You need the help of some tool to perform such type of testing, like a load testing, right? So what is load testing? When like, suppose you have developed a software like Facebook, right? How we will test a load testing when so many users, like thousands of users, try to hit or try to log in into your system. You cannot do this particular thing manually, right? You need some tool that at the same time, all the I mean, like thousands of people try to log in into the system. That is load testing. When you check that load, whether your application is able to face that load or not, right? Because it's a social site. So that's why you need to test such type of testing. Are you getting my point? So these things.
Yes, ma'am, like
yes.
real-time load, like
Hmm.
real-time load. Yeah.
Yes. So these things cannot be done manually, because manually this is not possible that we try thousands of users try to enter, at the same time. Correct. So these are non-functional testing which cannot be done manually. We need for performance testing, scalability testing, volume testing, load stress. For each and every testing, we need a particular tool to test such testing. Okay, but functional testing is what? Unit testing, acceptance testing, smoke, integration, regression. these testing can be done manually. Okay, we can do manually as you have written such steps, right? Go to the URL, login, enter your username, password, right? So all these are comes under functional testing, which can be done manually and which can be done with automation. But non-functional testing we cannot do manually. We need some tool like
Tools.
performance. We need some a JMeter.
JMeter,
Yeah, correct. So for load testing, we need load runner.
Load
These are different tools which we are not learning in this particular class, but you should know. At least you should have the idea to that these are these are the testings which is done with the help of some tool. Getting my point, everyone? And also all the application don't need some non-functional testing, okay? Because some social site only need such type of like stress testing, load testing, volume testing, right? But the applications which have a limited users, like few of the applications which are not public domain, like which are only for those particular set of people. So that time you don't need non-functional testing. Okay, it all depends on your project that whether you actually need a non-functional testing or not. So you should have that also in mind, that these are only for those applications which are used by public. So if you are using only a limited people are using these applications, then non-functional testing is not much required. Okay, everyone understood what is functional and what is non-functional? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, understood.
Yes, understood. Can someone read these points for me? Maybe Swati, can you read it for me, all these points?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Functional and non-functional testing. Functional testing performed before non-functional testing, and then non-functional testing performed after functional testing, and then based on customer requirements. Functional is based on customer requirements, describes what the product does, and examples are unit testing, acceptance testing, smoke testing, integration testing, and regression testing. And for non-functional testing, it is based on customers' expectations, describes how the product works, and example are performance testing, scalability, volume, load, and stress testing.
Correct. So everyone understood? Any doubt in this we can ask, because this could be asked in your interview, that what is functional, what is non-functional. Okay, clear everyone? We can go to the next.
Good question.
Yes, Lalita.
Yeah, does accessibility testing come under functional or non-functional?
Accessibility. Okay, we'll just check it. I'm not sure. Security comes under non-functional, but accessibility we can check. I'm not sure about that. Accessibility testing.
Ma'am, accessibility testing means usability, same. Then it is non-functional.
Yeah, testing. Oh yeah, non-functional, categorized as non-functional testing. Yes. So accessibility is same as yeah.
Usability.
Stress testing, load testing, these comes under non-functional testing. Okay. So you just check if you have any doubt, like about any any testing, you can just Google it and check it that whether it's function, whether it is a functional or non-functional. So accessibility is a non-functional. Okay, security testing is also non-functional. Security testing is nowadays very, so this is also non-functional testing. Okay, clear everyone? So
Yes, ma'am.
okay, we'll move ahead. So these are the different levels of testing. Software testing levels: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing. So this is just like you can say the 4 different ways of doing testing, but there could be like n number of other testing as we have discussed, like sanity, smoke, exploratory testing, monkey testing, somebody said. So these are all, this is just a few levels. Unit testing is mostly done by the developers, and rest all testing is done by testers only. Okay. So any doubt in this, like you should go and check that what is integration testing, Integration testing is basically when 2 modules are ready for, testing. You have to integrate both the modules and do testing. That is called as
Operates together.
correct. You should work or just a minute. Yeah, so they should work together, and it should be like properly integrated or not. Okay, that is integration test. System testing means when all the modules are ready and you are doing the whole system testing. Okay, system testing of your application. So that is called as system testing. Then comes the acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is when your application is fully ready and you want to give it to the client. So that time you do UAT testing, user acceptance testing. So whether user will accept this application or not, So in that testing comes beta testing, gamma testing, alpha testing. So all those comes under acceptance testing. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the levels of testing. So software testing documents. Okay, so these are the documents you need to understand, and this is also assignment now. What is the difference between test plan and test scenario? Okay, so these all you have to, these are all assignments for you to, this much is not enough for test plan. I've just given one paragraph, but you have to Google it. What is test plan? What is test scenario? What is test cases? What is traceability matrix? Okay. And also you have to learn about the RTM. What is RTM? Requirement traceability matrix. Okay. So this is one more topic. So this documentation and documentation artifacts, you have to do it. I will ask you few questions in the next class about the, test plan, test scenario, test strategy. Okay, there is one more topic, test strategy. Okay, write it down and understand about that also. What is test strategy? Okay, so this is the assignment for you. We'll cover if you don't understand in the next class. Okay, clear everyone?
What did you say? Test strategy?
Test strategy, yes. What is test strategy? That is your assignment. You have to understand like what is test strategy, test plan, test scenario, and what all the difference between these things. Okay, so just go through it. If you don't understand, we are here to like discuss in the next class. Okay, clear everyone? These are the assignments for you. Documentation is very important because all these things you need to prepare before you start your testing part. Okay, so these are the few documents which you know what all things comes under test plan, like test scope, approach, resources, schedule. These are only few things. There are much more responsibilities, entry criteria, exit criteria. All these things comes under test plan. How to create a test plan, you know, how to create a test strategy, how to create a test scenario. Everything is very important. That's why I'm giving you as an assignment to learn it. And if you have any doubt, we will discuss. Okay, but go through all these documents. Okay,
Okay.
next is defect management. Okay, defect management is also very important topic in when we do testing. Okay, because how to manage your defect. Okay, you raise your defects, that's fine, but how to manage it. Okay, so managing defects is like the process can be defined as a how when you are detecting bugs, when you're fixing them, it is necessary to save those defects and their fixing also in a document, so that it will be used in the future also. When you get similar type of defect, how you fixed, that's how you can save your time. So these are the ways you can reduce your time. Okay, so defect detection, defect manage in defect management, there are few things like defect detection, formulation of bug report, bug fixing, and bug list creation. So these things comes under defect management. You are detecting your defect, you are just making a note of those defects, and fixes also, how you fix those defects, and then for the future reference. Okay, that these types of defect is how we fixed it, and it will be used for the future reference also. Sorry, be on mute if you are not talking. Okay, so these are the defect management. Sometimes, for defect management, there are different people have been hired to manage the defect. Sometimes tester only do the defect management. So it all depends on your project, that how it will be managed. Okay, either it will be managed by the tester, or there are different teams. When there are so many, in some projects, there are thousands of defects you have found. So how we will manage those types of defects? So you need a defect manager or a defect management team to find the to manage all those defects, and then they will track also that which defect is in which status. Now we'll learn that what is the status of a particular defect. Okay. So this is a defect life cycle or bug life cycle, whatever you call it. Anyone know what is a defect life? This is very important topic. So be careful, and this could be a interview question also. So anyone know about this? How?
Yes, ma'am, that it is
Yes.
since that defect is like raised and till it is closed.
Correct.
That is the life cycle.
That's a life cycle. So we have to track each and every defect, that how it will be going, and how it's very important that how we raise a defect, and then whom do we assign it, and when it should be fixed, when it should be retested, when it should be reopened. So all these things we need to understand that these are the different stages of a defect. Yeah, if you want to explain, go ahead, Swati.
Yeah, the first stage is new when like one tester found a defect, that is new. And when it is assigned to any developer, that is assigned. And then a developer can do this like either active or rejected or deferred. And or it is um
Correct. So new is
if
by the tester, correct? New
yeah
is by the tester. When you assign it, then you assign it to developer, correct? So
developer.
the developer. So either the developer can reject it, defer it, and also there is one more duplicated.
Yeah,
If it is not from any of these, then it will be active stage.
active.
Correct.
Yeah,
It is not active, open status.
Yeah, open or active, anything can
open
be.
or
Yeah, there could be like different people use different stages name. Yeah, you can write open also. Open means
it
now this is
depends
the
company
open
to company.
company to company, that what name they
Okay.
give it to active defects. Active means now this needs to be fixed. Okay, so this is a
Yeah,
valid defect, you can say. After it is into this active or open or verified defect, so not verified, it's like a valid defect, correct? So
yeah.
that means developer has accepted this defect and he will be now fixing this defect. So yeah.
Then from active to it may be in the after active it will be fixed.
Yes, there is one like status I have
Retest.
missed.
If developer provide us any fix, then we change it to the active to retest.
Correct.
And
Correct.
if retest is pass, then we change it to close.
Right.
Fixed and yeah.
Yes. So we can. There is one more status, that is verified. No, not verified. One more
Not
status,
verified,
which is
open,
fixed.
fixed status.
Fixed.
Open and fixed status, and it's closed.
Correct. Fixed status, then it will be tested. Then only it will be closed. Okay. If it is tested and if it is
Yes.
still existing, then it will be reopened, right? If you can able to reproduce that defect again, sometimes it happens also. So this is a very we have to test it properly. In this condition, it will come back to the tester, right? Once it is fixed, it will come back to the tester, and then it will be verified. If it is verified, then it will be closed. Otherwise, it will be reopened and again assigned to the developer, correct?
Yeah.
Again, it will assign, after reopening, you need to assign it to that particular developer who has fixed that defect. Then it will again work on those defects, and then again fixed, again test, and then again verified, needs to be verified. Okay. So this is the bug life cycle. This is how it will be goes. Okay. Any doubt in this particular defect life cycle? Everyone understood? Yes. Anyone has any doubt?
Yeah, Chavi ma'am, can you please explain it from the start again in order?
Correct. Okay. I will explain one more time that when you are doing your testing, correct? So when you are writing, either you are doing manual test cases testing or you are doing with the automation, correct? So what you have to do, if your test case are failing, okay, if you are doing your testing and your test case are failing, your actual is not matching with your expected result, then what you have to do, you will, if your log is failed, okay, then what you have to do, you have to assign or you have to link a defect with that particular failed test case. Why it is failing? There could be some reason, right? Either you are, you are not getting error message when you are not writing your login name and doing enter, your error message is not coming. I'm just giving you an example, right? So your error message is not coming. That means your actual is not matching with your expected result. Then what you will do, you will raise a defect with that particular test case. You will link this defect that you are not getting your expected result. So what you will do, you will raise a new defect. Okay. For that, you need to create a bug. Okay. That bug will be, that bug will be a new bug. Correct. The status, these are the status of that defect which you have raised and linked with that particular test case. So the status of that particular defect is new. Okay, new. And you will assign this defect to the particular developer team, right? You will create a new bug and assign it to the particular team. Then what will happen? That particular developer team will make that defect as open or active, that yes, this is a defect. I have missed this particular thing while doing the development, and I will fix this defect. Okay, so either it will fix this or else it will say that it is rejected. No, this is not a defect. If you are, if for that person, that developer need to write some points that this is not a defect, or these are the points, that's why it's not a defect, or it is deferred. What is deferred?
Deferred.
Deferred means we can do this in next change, like next release.
Correct. So this is a deferred. Deferred means this defect is a valid defect, but in this particular release, or in this particular build, or in this particular whatever changes we have done, this defect is not required. Okay, maybe in the later point of time, suppose you are doing some banking site, okay, and there is some changes that needs to be done for your credit card, correct? But the credit card is not yet introduced. Okay, you need to put some validations on your credit card thing, but the credit card is not in use right now. So that particular functionality you could do it in the later point of time, right? So the later point of time, whatever defect, this might be a valid defect, but it will come in the later point of time. So later point of time, that means you can defer it and mark it as in release 3 or in release 4, you might need this defect again. So we should not miss that. So we will put this as a deferred. Okay, and deferred, and we can mention it that in the comment that this will be fixed in this particular release. Okay, so that is deferred. Clear, everyone? What is deferred?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So next is like when it is active, that means like yes, this is a defect and I'm going to fix this. So once it is fixed, it will assign to the particular tester who has raised that defect. Okay, this is very important, that the particular tester only will be assigned again after the defect has been fixed. Okay, so that is no other tester should be assigned. Apart from that, the person who has raised that defect, who is the owner of this defect, it should come to that particular tester, and that tester will again test it, verify it. That is called as retesting. Retesting of that particular test case. Correct. So we will check that test case again, and then if that test case is passed, we will say that it is verified and it is passed, and then we will close it. Otherwise, we'll open, and then the chain will continue. Okay, any doubt in this?
No.
Okay, clear, everyone? So
Yeah.
this type of this is called as retesting. And what is regression testing? Anyone?
Yeah, ma'am.
Mhm.
Regression testing means if after fixing something or after some new update, something done to the software, then that other feature, if other features will be affected, that side effect. So we are doing regression testing.
Correct. So after every build, correct. Swati has said correctly. So after every build or after every fixing of the defects, there is not only one defect we give it to them, right? We give like almost like 10 defects, and then after the new build, after they fix all the 10 defects, what we have to do? We have to do the retesting. This is retesting, correct? But we have to do the regression testing also, where we test all the related areas. Okay, so once this defect is fixed, there might be a possibility that other areas might be affected. So all those areas where this particular changes has been done to fix this particular defect should not be affected and should work as expected. There might be case that in 10 test cases, okay, you have written 10 test cases, there is a defect in one test case is failing. But next time when you get a new build, there might be a possibility that for this particular fix, there could be like other test cases are failing. Like suppose first the login ID, suppose you have written login and then you have clicked enter, it is not giving any error message, but in the password it was giving error message. But here after fixing, there could be a possibility that in password also it is not giving error message, but in the login it is giving error message, correct? So there could be a possibility. So you have to test each and every test case of regression again after the fix has been done. Okay, so this is the difference between retesting and regression testing. This is also very important interview question. What is the difference between retesting and regression testing? So retesting is testing this particular test case after you getting the build for whether this particular test case is passing or not. Regression testing is test all the test cases which is present in that module to check that, to verify that, to validate that other test cases are not failing, other past test cases are not failing. Okay, so that is called as regression testing. When you are testing the set of test cases which are related to this particular change, which is done by the developer to just check that those particular test cases are not affecting due to that change which is done by the developer. Okay, clear everyone? Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we are done with regression also.
Regression testing, that one example is sanity testing.
No. Sanity testing is totally different. Sanity testing is what? Sanity testing is when you get a new build. Okay, when you get a new build and you are checking that all the you are just doing you are accepting that build or not. Okay, when you suppose I said 10 defects you have raised in the previous build, then the developer has fixed all those defects and gave you the new build. Okay, that time you will check that whatever defects you have raised, is that working properly or not. Sanity means what? Like as name said that whatever cleanliness you have given to them, they have done it properly or not, whether to accept that particular defect or not, that build or not. So that is called as sanity testing. Just to accept that build, you will check that smoke testing and sanity testing. You will just check that. Sanity testing means you just check the defects, that whether it is working properly or not. You will not check fully Only you will check that whether that particular thing is working or not. You will not check regressionly, you will not check. You will just check it. Yeah, it's working. Okay, we can accept that build. For accepting that build in the starting, okay, what is smoke test? Smoke and sanity goes hand in hand. What is smoke testing? That all the major part of your application is working or not, all the defects you have raised is working or not. These two things are combined together to accept that build. Okay. So these are like your smoke testing is just a set of 15-20 test cases which you will execute before accepting the build. Whether the tester can reject the build only. It happens that the build which is given by the developer, like a new build, after doing the testing, they give you the build, but when you do the smoke testing and sanity testing, you see that 5 of your defects are not have been fixed. And if you see that in the smoke testing, your module is only not working, so what you will do, you will straight away reject the build and say that I'm not going to do the regression testing in this build because my 5 defects is still not working, and my some of the modules are not working. Or either the combination or either one of them is fine for rejecting the build. So what you will do, you'll just straight away reject the build that I'm not going to start my regression testing only in this build. So that is the sanity testing. Sanity testing, before you accept the build, start your retesting, you do some sanity testing to accept that build. Okay. So that is sanity testing. Clear, everyone? What is sanity and smoke testing? This is also very important interview question. What is the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing?
Okay.
Anyone else have any doubt? Yes. Someone was asking. Gauri?
Yeah. Sanity testing can be done, if some site, if they have some added feature, for that also we can do. So everything else is accepted. Suppose if they're adding some discount coupon or something, that kind of thing.
So that comes in smoke testing. No, you have not yet, sanity is for the, basically for the defects. Okay, smoke is for the features which is newly added.
Okay.
Getting my point. So yeah, complete your question. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's what my question was. So sanity testing can, because when I was reading on Google, I read that sanity testing can be done for some added functionality, just for that functionality. So when some, just take an example of that, some site like Walmart or something, they keep on having these coupons or discounted thing, right? So it keeps on changing. Suppose if they are having for one day or for a couple of days, that coupon will be active. So we can do that. So just for that particular thing, we have to do the sanity testing. That's what they were saying.
Okay. Maybe they have introduced it for, see, if it is newly built, then it is like it's always like you need to test that whether it is working fine or not. So as I said, smoke testing and sanity testing go hand in hand. Okay. So smoke testing is also like, there's very less difference between smoke testing and sanity testing. Both are for accepting the build. Okay, both we do for accepting the build. Only the difference is, that's what I have learned, that sanity is for the defects. Okay, for the defects which you have raised or some changes you have said to them, said to the developer to do it in your application. And smoke is also that important features is working fine or not, whether you have introduced a new feature or all the features is working fine or not. So this is the this is, yeah, you could be right also. Like maybe they have introduced a new feature and they wanted to use it for maybe they have done it again and again, or new build has come, or maybe the second part of build has come. So that could be a sanity testing also. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, since I was confused, I thought
Yeah.
it's better to confirm it from you.
Sure. Just a minute. I need to bring my charger.